Imagine if I'd said to you 5 years ago that by 2024 Sweden would be the shining example for Europe in terms of rational immigration policy. You'd have said I was absolutely nuts. And yet here we are. For the first time in 50 years, the Scandinavian country has achieved net emigration. Meaning in 2024, more people left than those that arrived. Only 5,600 asylum claims have been registered in the country in 2024 so far. A 27% drop on the previous year and the lowest figure since 1997. At the same time, emigration or return migration, particularly among people born in Iraq, Somalia or Syria, grew by over 60%. Sweden is finally enacting a reasonable asylum policy that prioritises actual refugees, instead of just rolling out the red carpet for every young male able to pay off a criminal people smuggler to get to Europe. But how did they do it? In 2022, enough Swedes, 17.5%, voted for the Sweden Democrats, who were then able to form a coalition government with the centre-right moderate party. The Sweden Democrats' success was primarily based on the backlash to Sweden going from one of the safest countries in Europe to one of the most dangerous. As the European Conservative reports, throughout the past decade it became increasingly clear that large sections of the first generation migrants are either unable or unwilling to properly integrate, leading to a spike in organised crime and gang violence. Thanks to the influence of the Sweden Democrats in government, the country began to impose sensible border controls. In addition to making acquiring citizenship much harder, the government also began closing legislative loopholes to address labour migration and family reunification abuses, while also incentivising voluntary returns and ramping up deportations of illegal migrants. At the same time, labour migration was made easier for thoroughly vetted, highly qualified workers. Sweden's success story exemplifies why the political establishment in other European countries, such as the UK and Germany, is so desperate to derail the influence of groups like the Reform Party and AFD. In the case of the AFD, trying to ban it altogether, because these parties don't necessarily have to become the biggest parties in their countries. Just big enough. Big enough to put pressure on whoever is in government to fundamentally alter the course of immigration policy. When The Guardian's publishing whiny articles bitterly moaning about what's happened in Sweden, you know that this represents to them the threat of a good example. Swedish Migration Minister Maria Stenegard said this development towards sustainable immigration is necessary to strengthen integration and reduce social exclusion. Mass uncontrolled immigration is an unworkable and essentially extremist policy that can only ever have massively negative consequences for whatever country in which it's imposed. Only by following Sweden's example can other European countries aspire to provide safety and security for their citizens. Only by pursuing a similar path can other European countries hope to repair the threads of social cohesion that have been ripped apart by the chaos of mass migration. If even Sweden can do it, why can't we? If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.